Anthony Robbins, notes from a friend. Lesson 2, there are no failures. Right now, with the time, with the make, with the decision, right with now, with the promise yourself, with the never, with the indulge, with the feeling, with the being, with the fear, with the depressed again, with the does something, with the have, with the unrealistic path, with the challenge before you. Simply means with the with the understanding, with the emotion, with the defeat, with the depression, stop with the take, with the very action, with the changes of your life, with the most belief, with the, even the things that make life look impossible now. Turn them around and you can see with the whole, with the problem, the disappointment, with the frustration, with the deal, with the setback, with the real shape of your life, with anything else, with the do. I'd like to share with you the wonderful example of principal action many years ago with a young man wanted to be a famous musician. So he quit high school, went out on the road, got a job with a pretty tough with a high school with a dropout with no experience, with found himself playing with a piano, singing within someone of the saddest, seediest bars around, with giving his heart and soul to the people who were drunk and that didn't even notice he was in the room. Can you imagine the frustration, humiliation he must have felt with it? He was depressed, emotionally, destroyed, but they had no money, and so he slept in the laundromats. One thing he kept him going was the love of his girlfriend and a woman that he knew was the most beautiful woman on the earth. But one day she left him too, but he felt that his life was over, and he decided to commit suicide. But before he committed the act, he tried to get some help with tracking himself into a mental hospital. The hospital life with the chain, but not because he was scared, but because it was scared him to see how bad the things could be with the real life that he had no real problem that he had been promised himself would never ever allow himself to get down again with the work with as hard as he had to do, but as long as he had to with the faction. Finally become a successful musician, he knew he could be. No person would ever disappointed with the worth committing suicide over the life that's always worth living. There's always something to be grateful for. So he kept at it, and the rewards did not come over the first. Eventually, but it did. In fact, with today's musician is known around the world. His name is Billy Joel. I need to constantly remember the God's delay, but they're not God's denial. But there are no failures. If they're trying something that doesn't work, but you learn something with it. That it can help you to be more effective in the future to truly succeed. In fact, there's a saying that helped me through the years. It says this is the result of the good judgment. Good judgment is the result of experience. With experience is often the best result. With a bad experience is often the best result of bad judgment. Keep it at that. We're striving to make things better than what we learn from the mistake, but then we'll succeed. Now let's look at what causes it to take action. Lesson 3, unstoppable decision maker.